To my channel. If you are new, I focus on living a location independent lifestyle, and today I'm here with my friend, my longtime friend. I'm here in her lovely home in Austin, Texas, and today we are going to talk about her thoughts, feelings, or whatever about me living abroad. Let me try this light. Ooh, no, not doing that. Okay, never mind. It was good. Anyways, we're gonna talk about her thoughts, feelings, and opinions about me living abroad. But before we get started, okay, y'all really want to play right now. Before we get started, if you have not yet grabbed my Move Abroad starter kit, be sure you get it. Okay, mochazel.com/starter kit. It will be in the description. But yeah, so I'm in the States right now. Been in the States for a few weeks. I came home for the holidays to visit my family. Hey. Okay, I came home to visit my family in Mississippi. I came to Texas a few days ago. Hey, I came to Texas a few days ago. And yeah, so I've been out doing some photo shoots for like some of my products for shop.mochazel.com, and just some other like pictures and stuff. If you've been on my Instagram, you might have seen a few things here and there. All right, but anyways. So, this is my friend. I don't know if you want. Do you want me to give your name?
You can give my name.
Okay.
Isn't this live?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not, yeah.
Okay.
So, this is Sinead. All right. So we've been friends for a long time.
17 years.
17 years.
I had to do the math really quick. I'm like, okay, we met it. Okay.
Met her. We were both from we grew up in Mississippi. She grew up like in a town next to where I live, and we met at like this writing group thing, and that's how we connected. We've been friends ever since. So I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and talk with her about like her thought process about me moving abroad, like what she thought like when I first came, what she think about me moving to Jamaica, and all of this stuff. All right, so do you want to say anything?
No. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I moved to Jamaica over 2 years ago now, and yeah. So when I first moved, what was your sorry y'all? Her doggies are playing.
Yeah, they have literally not played all day either. Like they have not played all day.
When I get on camera, that's when they want to do all this hoopla. But hopefully y'all can hear me.
And
still.
only the noisy toys too. Like,
right.
They're not playing with like the salt. Like he's playing with like the squeaky stuff.
But okay, I think they chilling for now. When I first told you I was moving abroad, leaving the country, moving to Jamaica, what were you thinking, or do you remember, or what was your like thought process?
I remember. I'm just trying to think of how I want to say it. So, I thought you were going through a midlife crisis. I thought like, okay, like Clarice is not feeling Syracuse. You know, maybe there's just like, you just need to go somewhere warmer, you know?
Okay.
I was also, I will say like pretty ignorant about Jamaica. Like I was like, is it even safe? Like what's gonna happen when you get there? Like, you know, like isn't it gonna be dangerous for you to go? Not just go, but by yourself at that. Cause like even the idea of going on a vacation by myself is scary. So I couldn't imagine like going to a different country by myself. So I was like, okay, I think you're going through like this like you're trying to reinvent yourself, and maybe there's like a more logical way to do it. But I will say though, when you got to Jamaica and I saw more of what your vision looked like, it came together a lot more. And also I think that me just learning a little bit more about the culture, learning more about the country helped a lot because I had a lot of those same misconceptions that a lot of Americans have, right? It's dangerous, you're gonna get robbed, somebody's gonna try to kill you, somebody's gonna try to take a kidney. Like those are like the things that because I've never been because you've never been to the I've never even been to the country. So these are all things that like you've heard on media or you see on TV. And then like when you actually see people in the country, it's like, oh, it's just like a normal place. Like there's nothing going on. Like I'm scared for no reason. And you feel like a little silly when you see like, oh, it's actually like really peaceful and there's a lot of tropical fruit and it looks like you're living your best life.
I am.
Yeah, but I would say like, yeah, at the beginning, my initial reaction was, oh no, how do I talk her out of this?
For real?
Yeah.
I had no idea. You was trying like,
yeah.
I had no idea.
I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh, you shouldn't do this kind of thing. So like, I'm more of like, okay, why do you feel this way? What is your plan? Like, I'm trying to ask you questions because maybe there's something you see that I don't, right? Like if you're, because I mean, I would say that Clarice is relatively rational, right? Like she's not like I've never known her to just make these impulsive decisions. So I'm like, okay, if you're making this decision, there has to be a reason. There has to be, some type of rationale behind it. I don't think you would go make a move like this if it was actually going to put your life in jeopardy, right?
I had no idea you was saying that. I didn't know. Cause like she's in one of my first when I was like in the just double digits. Not the 4 digits like I am now, but just double digits on YouTube. She was one of my first subscribers and all that, like one of my first supporters. But it's not different from like most of the people that I told. Like, girl, you crazy, or they didn't say it directly like that, but you can tell. What is you doing? A lot of them thought I had some boo I was going over there to meet and all this other stuff.
See, I didn't think that. Like, I knew, regardless of why you're going, I know it's not for a guy. Because I don't see you putting that much effort into a guy. I feel like he would have to come to you.
Ow. Yeah. So, I don't know, like, since I've been there, like, have you noticed, like, any growth or changes or anything, like, me, like, since I've been gone? Or since I've left, like for the past 2 years?
Definitely.
So
I've noticed that you've matured substantially. Like, and I mean, like I've seen like you not even just mature, but just develop into the woman that you are. Developing into the woman that you're becoming. I've seen you become a lot more independent. Meaning, I wanted like. When you have something that you want to do, you're going to go for it. You don't feel that, okay, is this going to be okay with everybody? And I think it was because so many people were vocal about you not going that it kind of forced you into this position.
Dog. Hello. Hello. Move around yourself.
Oh, yeah, we can't even practice it.
You fine. It's good.
Why don't we...
No,
Joe!
No. It's fine.
Can you take the dogs outside?
Go on downstairs. Go on. Okay. They good. Anyway, so yeah, like you were saying, I was so mature and stuff. Yeah.
So like you were saying, how fabulous I am. Go ahead. Yeah. No. Oh yeah. I think that everybody being so against you going to Jamaica forced you in this position to where you had to sort of garner this independence of, okay, I'm going to go against the grain regardless of what people said. But I think that that's a really good trait to have as an adult. You want an element of shame, right? That's what keeps you in societal norms to an extent. But you also want to be able to have that ability of, this is what I want and I'm going to go for it regardless of what everyone else's opinion is.
Okay, so yeah, so like a little bit of backstory if you're just not tuning in. This is my good friend. We grew up together in Mississippi, and this I'm catching when you talk about moving abroad, especially going to a place like Jamaica or Africa or somewhere like that, you're gonna catch flack from like both sides. Like, people are just under the impression that like you crazy or you ain't gonna survive, you ain't gonna make it. And so when I got to Jamaica, And I'm like, I'm in complete awe because I'm like, it's beautiful, like all these big, colorful, pretty houses. Look at these mountains, look at these hills. And it is weird because, like, growing up in Mississippi, people are, America is America to them for the most part. And they're like, oh, you're not gonna make it over here. You're gonna go running back to foreign America and all this stuff. Cause y'all can't survive over here in the third world country. And I'm like, have you been to Mississippi? Or like, have you been anywhere outside of New York, LA, Atlanta, Florida, wherever in the States? I'm like, y'all, cause they not are understanding like the places that we grew up. I ain't gonna say specifically because it's the internet. People be crazy on here sometimes, but like, hey, yeah. So, like, what can you? I need for you to like your own opinion about growing up in Mississippi, so I don't like. So I know I ain't tripping when I'm talking to people, and it's like I'm giving my perspective, like. Just like, okay, so we're from Mississippi. She's living in Texas now. But growing up in Mississippi, explain it, describe it from your viewpoint.
It's really ironic that like they're worried about like everybody's poor because like Mississippi has a pretty high poverty rate. A high poverty rate, low education rate, right? So there's like a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of there's not a lot of access to resources. There's not a lot of access to decent employment. When I mean by decent employment, I mean living wages. So there's a good job would be like a teller at a bank. And there's nothing wrong with being a teller at a bank, but like what you have is the best job in town is a teller at the bank, and there's only 5 of those, but you got a population of 2,100. So a lot of there's a high unemployment rate as well. So it's a lot of fighting over resources, and I think that for people in Mississippi, not just in Mississippi, but really any rural area, I would say, not just specific. I mean, there's definitely some Mississippi specific things, but I would say any rural area that has a relatively high poverty rate, you're gonna have a lot of that battling, but it's difficult to see because when someone there, like you think poor, you think like living in a hut, like a mud hut type of thing, like that's like what they're envisioning because they've never been exposed to like
Outside of the
yeah, like they've never
out
been
in the world.
exposed to like things outside of
Yeah.
like everywhere is gonna have poor places. Everyone's everywhere, like literally every country in the world. So like, but for them, like
Yeah.
they don't know that there's
So it's like it's hard for people to conceptualize like other places. They ain't necessarily been like out in different areas or whatever. But like, yeah, and just not even like the financial stuff, like just Mississippi period. Like,
so Mississippi is still very divided. Like it's still very segregated. Not legally, right?
yeah.
Like legally it's not, but it is. Like, there's a lot. It's really closed-minded. If you're not cis het Christian, then there's not really a lot of space for you in Mississippi. There's not a lot of openness to other cultures, and not even just like other like black and brown cultures, but just anything that's not Southern Christian culture. So they're not going to be very accepting to moving to a country that might have different beliefs, different, just a different culture, period. It's very.
Yeah, well, I think like some of the dynamics, like because like Jamaica has like a predominantly black like population, they might not experience some of those same dynamics, but like, yeah. So for my opinion, it's a very oppressive place. Period. Good night, Mikhail. How you doing? You all right? But I don't know. It's just like. People be like, I don't know. I be like, I went over there. I was like, oh, these people got it made. I was like, oh, like there's food growing everywhere. Like ain't none of like, well, some of them folks, but it's like, it's not like a whole heap of them like I would experience over here. Yeah, so I don't know. I was good, and it's like I just was always like, well, I wasn't confused. I understood why, but I was like, dang, like this. It just puts things in perspective because it's like they don't see where I'm coming from, and it's like people over here don't see why I'm going over there or what or where. Like, um, I don't know. It's like it's interesting having these two like paths cross because I was expecting it, I mean, I been on the internet, like now I realize like you gotta expect everything, but like I was expecting pushback, because of the perceptions that people have about living abroad. But it was really like interesting to see like people just having this like one layered viewpoint of the US, and I'm like, y'all must not know like what going on over here. Like y'all, you must not, because I'm over here like I'm in heaven. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, like there's towns and like
Yeah,
there's like homes in Mississippi that don't have running water,
yeah.
right?
It's
Like it's not.
like we got board houses, ain't got no water, don't have like transportation. Like for the most part, if you ain't got no car, you out of luck. Like gonna have public transportation, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like of course, like most people are, I'm appreciative of this place, and I'm, of course, people have the appreciations of living in the U.S., but I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't, see what. I don't know. I was like, I don't know why people like trying to get over there. I'm like, y'all gotta, y'all good up here. But anyway, there's that. Anyway, so that's our viewpoint, and I was just trying to, because it's like so hard trying to get people to understand like Jamaica is nice. Like Jamaica is a nice place. It's just like people's perception, and like you got people coming to them telling them, oh, it's such a horrible place, such a bad country, and all sort of stuff. And people buy into that, especially if they haven't like been out into the world and they don't know that, like the same stuff that's happening over here is happening everywhere else.
I do want to say,
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say, I will say that my beliefs were Kingston specific. I'm
Okay.
so sorry for saying that. But like, I know there's some really nice places in Jamaica, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, like I've always heard from people that like Kingston is like, when I think Kingston, I think like a dangerous city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, like we have dangerous cities too. Like if you said you were going to go move to one of those, I would have been just as concerned. So
Yeah.
I do just want to add that, like, because I know that there's like some really nice places in Jamaica, but it like I was like a little scared of.
Yeah, Kingston. I don't know, cause it's like in all the music, it's like in the news, like Kingston, what jam rock, all this stuff, whatever. Like, so I get it, but it's like when you get there, people just like so happy and loving. They in the
I
sun, they on the
saw that,
beach, and I saw. I'm
like they make Kingston sound like Skid Row,
right, like.
and like so like that's what I was like, Kingston, like you don't want to go like to one of the other places, like
Like, no,
you know
I'm
what
good
I
right
mean?
here.
But then like when seeing Kingston, I'm like, oh okay, like
Yeah.
it's just a big city, like it's not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big Jamaican city. Yeah, yeah. But um dang, okay. So like, do you have any questions like about Jamaica, or like what it's been like or whatever? I don't know.
So, what was the thing that took you the longest to get used to switching from the US to Jamaica?
Um I wanna say the longest thing it took me to get used to, I think, was just like operations, like the process of like finding a place or like opening up a bank account or like, you know, just the things you would do like to like set yourself up and make, being like an adult, like that process was the biggest for me to kind of like get used to. And then I was like, other than that, I think I just fit in for the most part, because like I said, I think the U.S. South, black culture in the U.S. South and black culture in Jamaica, I think are like the most like culturally like relative. So, it took me. I don't want to say it took me a while to learn the mannerisms, but it took me like, cause like of course like I'm going over there observing, and I'm trying to. Again, you in a new place. I'm trying to learn and like see like what what's what and all that stuff. So, after a while, but that can only happen over time. But other than that, I think like it just getting like comfortable and like confident, like, okay, I'm here, like I can maneuver around by myself. I know this place, that place. I would say just like being anywhere else, but like of course it's a different country. There are some, some different things that you have to get used to. But I think the biggest thing for me was just like getting accustomed to like the way things are handled, and like going to the tax office and staying there all day and and uh you know they are very extensive with stuff, like because like they don't have, so like over here they have like the social security system. They've been tracking you from birth like almost, whereas like that same system is not in Jamaica. I mean, they're probably heading towards that direction, but it's like you gotta have like all kinds of stuff just to demonstrate, just to get yourself set up legitimately. Another big thing. So when I was trying to find a house or whatever, they was like, "Oh, you got to get your stuff. You got to go to." I was trying to find somewhere to stay, and I had to get some paperwork. JP, and a JP is a justice of the peace over there. I was like, I gotta go to court to find somewhere to stay. And they was like, no. So it's like a JP is like a notary over here in the States. So I was like, that was like an embarrassing moment for me because I felt real stupid. I thought like I had to go to court or somewhere to like uh get some set up there. Sorry, I got a comment. Thank y'all so much for watching. And what diaper says. She's right. Over the years, Kingston's been stigmatized to make it look like this whole city is bad. There are indeed bad areas, as with lots of other major cities, but outsiders tend to misunderstand. So yeah, I'm like, this just like, it's like if I'm in, I don't know, Memphis somewhere. Like I know like where to go and what places to avoid. Like it wasn't any like, you know, it wasn't like that for me when I first got there. And then McCall says, Mikhail, I hope I'm saying your name right. NIDs will make opening a bank account and doing business with the government easier. A JP won't be required anymore. So yeah, it's like, and it's not just like this, the JP, you don't have to like, it's not just for them to get things notarized, but in order for you to like to get through with stuff, like you gotta go through a JP. But with a JP in Jamaica, like you gotta know them, like they gotta know you, like they gotta be, it's a pastor or a doctor. And I'm like, I just got here, I don't know none of these folks. Like what am I
So it's
supposed
basically
to do?
Mississippi.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta know somebody,
Yeah.
or know somebody that knows somebody
But
to
I'm
get
like, what am
anything
I
done.
supposed to do? How am I supposed to open a bank account with a JP? I ain't never been to a church out here. I ain't never been like, I don't know no doctors. I ain't been to no doctor yet, but I got through. I got through with some help. But yeah, that was the biggest. That was like the biggest adjustment. Other than that, like I was just like happy to be there, happy to like learn and absorb, and uh I was excited. Like it immediately felt like home when I got there, and I was like, okay, I'm good. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other
That mean,
question?
yeah. You know what? Yeah. So, all right. So then the reverse then. So, what is something that living in Jamaica you miss about the U.S. that you don't get?
I mean, I miss having a vehicle and like being able to move around like independently. And I got my Jamaican driver's license, but I'm still scared to drive. But just having my freedom of movement, I'm still working on that. But I miss that. Initially I would like miss some of the snacks and stuff that I was eating. I don't miss them no more really. Cause even when I come back here, I don't really like. I mean, I still have some stuff here and there, but I'm not like, I gotta get this because I ain't had it in so long. Um, let's see what else I miss. I miss family and friends from time to time. Other than that, I really don't. I'm not really missing nothing. I don't think like. And then, cause like I'm in Kingston too, and it's like basically everything will be there. I do miss like, I don't know, like I miss kind of like the pricing on some stuff because like you moving like in countries like Jamaica, like a lot of stuff is imported, so like the price is higher. But that's about it. That's about it. And so yeah, so like they're moving to like the NIDS system is supposed to be like kind of like our SS Social Security system here in the U.S. Because like I said, it's supposed to make doing business and stuff easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, so does any of my watchers have any questions before I find something else for us to talk about? But yeah, so like I said, I was in Mississippi. I came to Texas for a few days to visit her before I head to Mexico. And then after that, I'm going back to Jamaica. Yeah, so they got some stuff rolling out. Okay. What other questions you got? And I don't know if it has to be about Jamaica in particular, but just like whatever.
I feel like that's kind of your thing now. You talk about Jamaica.
No place better than where y'all at. All right. Do you like my do you think you think I could pass for like a Jamaican? Like with my accent? Cause they say I be sounding Jamaican, but I don't know if they just gassing me up and making me feel better.
I think that you know what? I think you have I think it's okay, I don't think I'm the best. I think I need to go to Jamaica first.
Okay.
I think once I visit, because here's the thing. I think you sound Jamaican, but I also am acknowledging that the only other Jamaicans I've heard were on TV, and they were Americans pretending to be Jamaican.
So this is where I fall in. So, okay, my patois ain't that extensive yet. I pass for like a uptown Jamaican, yeah. Cause some of them sound more American than like Americans do, or I like sound, or they'll take me for like a returning resident, or I come from another Caribbean country. So it's like I get by, but it's not like a deep patois Creole like they were speaking like rural areas. So I'm still it's like it's different patois. So the same thing like we have like our different ways of speaking like in the U.S. especially like coming from different black parts or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same thing out there. Like I'm thinking I'm learning, my patois is getting there, and then I turn around and meet somebody and I'm like completely lost again. I'm like, I just can't. So that's why I'm gonna just stick right to like my returning resident uptown Jamaican accent.
I was like, it sounds like almost like you're like a Yankee Jamaican.
That's that's what
like it's like that. Or if it was like British, it'd be like the Queen's English. It'd be like the Queen's Jamaican.
Yeah, so but they be telling me, but I don't know if they be gassing me.
So I have another question then.
Okay,
so
hold on. Let me answer these questions first.
Here. Okay.
Question: how long does your residency last? So so I'm in Jamaica on a work permit for businesses that I registered. It was for 2 years. 2023 is like I'm entering my second year, so I'm trying to figure out a plan what's gonna happen after that. Ain't nobody sent me no good Jamaican husband yet, so we gotta figure that part out, or I don't know, I'm gonna have to go beg the people at Pika and ask them, can I please have some residency just a little bit? But yeah, so it's for 2 years, and that varies. So if you are not like that depends on what they feel like they want to give you at the time. I know some people that got 3 years, some people that get like a few months. It depends on what they feel like they want to give you residency for. So if you watch and think, oh, they just gonna give me 2 years, that's based completely on the people them at the ministry. All right, everything is Kingston, and indeed a lot of people don't know this for real. Yeah, she's need to hear the real raw Jamaican accent and the uptown accent. Yeah, so when she's coming to visit me, I hope y'all gotta bully her, help me bully her to come to Jamaica. I've been like on my friends' behinds. Some of them just now getting passports, but they coming to visit. So she'll have like a more like authentic comparison to compare my accent to. There's simple patois and then there's super saiyan patois. Yeah, so like, yeah, like I'm like I can catch it now listening, but it's like I won't be able to speak it like how they like patois. I just like listening to your vlogs because I see you as a brave go-getter. Keep doing what you're doing. We the Jamaican people love you. My people, man. They're my people. There's other Jamaican female vloggers you can consider linking. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy your video furniture shopping and the one you did showing New Kingston so much. I have watched them several times. Oh man, when we do more videos like that, I don't know. Cause see, sometimes like those videos, I literally was just like furniture shopping and I was like, oh, let me record. Like I don't be like in the mind frame of recording all the time. I gotta do better with that. And then I'll be out by myself. And you know, like I don't wanna just be out like recording everything all the time, but I just have to be more in the mind frame of like, let me just record. I literally was just like, I was looking for a couch and I was like, let me just, I don't know, yeah. Some of that stuff just be random like this. So I don't know, y'all. I be trying. But I'm gonna try and make some more. Yeah, I gotta wish for a vehicle in my future, cause that's another big reason why I can't like do like as much as I want to. I don't have transportation. I don't be trying to haul stuff everywhere, and then I'm by myself. And yeah, she's known as ordinarily resident in Jamaica. Yeah, she needs to visit and see for herself. Up with Anisha Adams in chat. Yeah, I watched. So when I first started scouting Jamaica, I was watching a lot of Anisha Adams and that other lady that's of non-ethnic background. I wasn't watching her, but like don't drop that in here, cause I would rather support like Jamaica. And before I know, okay, so they know I have like a disdain for these folks, but
That's gray.
same thing.
I know what you're saying. No, I just think it's so funny because I keep thinking it and you point at the wall. You gotta point at the door.
For them folks. So my friend she's Mexican and black. So although they like, I wouldn't expect folks to have none of them friends. I ain't. But just the furniture shopping video was a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't attempt patois. I feel like such a Yankee every time I open my mouth. They love me though. I'm there every year in Greenwood near Montego Bay. My late husband is from Falmouth. Yeah, you can also record while in the grocery store. Do y'all be liking that though? I don't know. I be feeling weird. Just like I don't know. They just want to see y'all. Just want to see me in the grocery store. Okay, I don't know.
You need like a social media manager to like
I
follow
do.
you around.
Yeah, that's what I need. But I ain't got that kind of coin yet. So once my YouTube channel
No, the
takes
way you get
off,
around it is say internship.
I'm not gonna do nobody.
Has
like
America
that.
not taught you anything?
Yeah. They have. Mocha, you're bad. Should be too hard for you to attract a good rich Jamaican fiance. But child, that's a whole nother topic. Shouldn't be too hard for you to attract a good rich Jamaican fiance, in my opinion. I know it shouldn't, but it has been. I know, but it has been. But again, we're gonna see what happens. Okay. Let's talk about growing up. Let's talk about our friendship.
Okay.
So, what has it been like having me as your friend?
I think it's been fun. It sounds like it's ending. Like, no, so like it's been fun. Like we're very similar. So I think it's pretty like I mean we have like we're similar, we have a lot in common, we have like a lot of the same beliefs. So I think we're naturally. So you know what's so crazy about me saying that though? I didn't like Clarice when I first met her actually. Did you not know this? You knew this.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Oh, okay. So yeah, all right. So okay, I did not like Clarice when I first met her. So okay, like she said, we were part of a writers group when we were younger. So we were both writers. We both, did that. But here's what I will say. So there was actually another girl. You remember what was her name? Brandy or Brittany? Which one? I don't remember her name.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
I know you're talking about.
Okay.
But I also don't know who be watching my.
Yeah.
So I know who you're talking about.
We're gonna call her Amber.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So me and Amber. So like, mind you, we were like 14. I'm like a really silly 14-year-old at this point. And so was the other girl, Amber. She was also really silly. Clarice was this stoic 40-year-old teenager that was like, I was like, ew, like, why is she so serious all the time? And like, Clarice just wants to get on stage and read her poem and not have any fun. Over here writing in notebooks. So like, I feel like Clarice today is more laid back than she was as a teenager. Because I feel like as a teenager, specifically when you were like writing, I felt like you were just very serious, and I felt like you got annoyed with us because and this could be completely in my head, right? Maybe you weren't, but I felt like you were getting like annoyed, and you were just like, I can't wait till I'm away from them. And so I was like, who's, and like I like talked like, I didn't say bad stuff, but I was like,
you was like talking really, about me.
I said mildly.
Y'all caught it live, y'all. Y'all caught it live.
I didn't say bad stuff. I just was like, what's her deal? Like, why is she so like isolated and doesn't talk to anybody and only writes in her notebook? Ooh. Like, what's up with that? And but like I still wanted to like connect with her because I'm like, okay, like, she's a writer. Like, I want to like because I mean, we're all in the same group. I don't want like bad blood between anybody, but I was like, oh, we're not gonna be friends. Like, she's just gonna be somebody like I'll talk
17 to. Years later.
Like, she'll be somebody
later.
She'll be somebody that like like we can get things done together, but like we're not gonna like hang out all the time.
Woke alive and direct. Sure enough, I sure am. She didn't like you in the beginning. Anyway, that's the best type of friendship. It allows to grow and be superficial. Exactly.
See? So, but then, like, as time folded, I was like, oh, like, Clarice isn't mean. She's just, like, very focused at this point. Very focused. And I actually I think that actually balanced me. Because again, like at this point of my life, I'm silly. Like I'm all over the place. I'm not like really committed to anything. So I actually think that helped me like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't be like this crazy. Because like I wanted to constantly do crazy things as a kid. Like literally always. Like Clarice was definitely more so the one that I would say was better behaved for the most part.
Would you say she's antisocial? Yep, I sure was.
Yeah, I would definitely
still
say
am.
She was antisocial. I think you're way more personable now than
I'm
you were
personable,
as a
but I'm still antisocial.
Like as a teenager, you basically had a sign up that said "Don't talk to me." Like,
okay, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah. But like I said, I think that it was a good balance, right? Like I was constantly wanting I constantly wanted to like be in little boys' faces. I wanted to go out. We've snuck out together before. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that.
We thought about it. We never did it.
That's why you don't put your friends on live. Cause now she's telling everything. I don't remember that. I don't remember any of that.
Okay.
Oh, see, not everyone could be a social butterfly. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, I was such an awesome and fantastic friend, and she stuck with me through and through. Clarice, did you get that bigger downtown? No, I didn't give him no money. He took off. He went on about his business. I didn't give him no money. Oh man. Okay, now what do I do with this information? So now what?
Well, you have to answer anything honestly now, because I feel like I'm saying the
Go ahead,
wrong.
go ahead, go ahead, go
Well, what's the
ahead.
question?
Since we've met each other, like, how do you think like any of that has played? Do you think any of that has played a part into me like moving abroad or leaving or anything like that?
Like how we grew up.
I mean, just whatever. Like I don't know. Keep talking. You trying to get me? Yeah, I don't know. Just like, what do you think? Like, what do you think contribute to me? I mean, I know you said like that, but would you imagine like back then I would be like living in Jamaica?
No, but you know what? I didn't imagine Jamaica, but I did imagine. I don't think I didn't think it would be far fetched for you to leave the country.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will say that. Now I saw you possibly like South or West Africa, maybe South America. But you know, like I don't know, like I didn't like I could see you moving to a different country, but I didn't think it would be Jamaica.
I don't think no.
I didn't think anywhere in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I really don't think a lot of people think about the Caribbean actually when they think about like leaving. Um, and I don't know why. I mean, when most people leave, they do typically go to, there's a big population of us in like Ghana and other places, Europe and everywhere. But people just like bypass the Caribbean for some reason. I guess again, cause like of the stereotypes, so they don't think there's like any opportunity there or something like that. But I don't know why. I wonder why. Not that I say I want like a flood of people coming there, cause it's like I don't want to contribute to like societal like detrimental stuff. But I don't think like it's really been on people's radar like to go to those places and live, not on a large or grand scale. But she's actually one of the vloggers that I watched during COVID that inspired me to want to move back home. Y'all better come back and claim Jamaica, especially y'all that's all out. Y'all better come back and get y'all's country from these folks. I was looking at your IG earlier this evening with you singing those Jamaica songs. Tell me, did you ever live in Duhaney Park? I did. I met like all the neighborhood folks. I met like all the neighborhood folks by walking around, getting lost, then being befriended by wonderful peeps. I always have rides and daily hangouts. Yeah, it's because of all the stereotypes and fear mongering. Yeah, so I don't know. Like a lot of people when they think about, I don't know. I don't know why people don't think about. I think now like more so. I think people are wanting to come back home. I see a lot of Jamaicans coming back to Jamaica. Um, I think like as far as like Black Americans go, we still kind of just don't know where we would fit. Like that's still like a thing. Like we just don't know. Like we feel so I guess we feel like we don't really have like a home anywhere. And so like, they feel like, okay, like I must go to Africa if I want to like, establish like that type of like ancestral connection, which I understand that was first on my list. But then like when I'm thinking and I'm planning, I'm like, Africa is like, it would be like ideal, but it's just not realistic because it's expensive to get there. They speak English, but there's still like it's still a big like language barrier for the most part, especially if you don't speak like pidgin and stuff like that. They speak English, but it's not like their first. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not their first language, but it's a language barrier thing. It's expensive to get there. Um, don't really know. Um, didn't really know. Well, I didn't really know anybody in Jamaica, but I had been there. But I was still more It was just more realistic because like I could be closer to the US in the event that I need to get back home for anything. Wasn't we not too far off culturally wise? Like, you know, Jamaica just made sense for me. I could understand the language. Um, yeah, so let's see. I could tell it was Duhaney Park or the interior house. I used to live there on Sherlock Crescent. Yep, I used to live in Duhaney Park. That was my first spot. I don't know if I ever. Yeah, Duhaney Park was short lived because I don't know. It was my first spot. Like I said, I had a hard time finding a location when I first moved to Jamaica. So I ended up. I was tired of doing Airbnbs. I couldn't find nowhere, and this place came available. I took it, but I was out of there like 6 months because like somebody was like back behind my like gate thingy, so I had to skedaddle. Um, yeah. I'm trying to put together my income streams first before moving. That's smart. So y'all grab my Move Abroad starter kit if this is something that you're interested in. I've tried to put together some resources to help you start preparing and mapping and making this a reality for you if that's something you desire. Would you ever think about moving abroad? Would you ever think about leaving America?
I think if I was old, I don't know. I don't know. I like the idea of living abroad, but then I think like, what would I do? Like I'm serious. Like what would I like? What would I? Well, okay, because like okay, my husband is an engineer, and engineering is very specific to the country. So like a different country has completely different requirements, different building. So like,
Yeah.
what's my husband gonna do? Is he just gonna be a house husband? Because that's not gonna work. So, but and then it's like, but like I like the idea of it, right? Like I definitely like one of the things that I want to do when we retire is move. So like I'm not open to it, but it's just more so like okay, like like if we could move abroad and still have like some type of careers, I would definitely consider it. I mean, there's lots of different countries, but I would definitely consider it.
Yeah. Okay. I retired and was planning on Mexico, but you're convincing me to go to the country I love, Jamaica. So if you've been here, well, you've been here before. I always recommend go visit first and try and stay for an extended amount of time before you make that decision. I don't know if you like me and will just plop there. I was like, okay, I'm cool here. That's different, but some people need to like go and experience and like all the other stuff. Mexico was also on my list, but I was like, I ain't fluent in Spanish, and I don't know. I wanted to be with my folks. You know what I'm saying? So that was fine with me. I was good. Um, your husband can still be an engineer, though it depends on which industry. Yeah, I think he has some options. Yeah, but if you're thinking about Jamaica, try it out. See if you like living there. Like I said, it was an easy decision for me, but I don't know for the next person. I don't know. I'm tired of living here now. I grew up here since I was 14 years old. Yeah, come on back to your yard, man. I don't know what. Come on back home. Um, and that's another thing. It's like I see like, cause I have like met people from other countries, and some of them are doing like okay, but also like I see a lot of them coming. They never got to like reach that point of like the quote unquote American dream, like they thought like was just like gonna automatically come when they came. And I'm like, that man, had that time been invested, and building up yourself in your country, or at least having like some type of plan where you go there and make a certain amount of money, you could have been in a totally different like place and position by now. But I don't know, to each their own. Sounds like you can set up something good in yard. What do you enjoy doing in Jamaica when we have nothing to do? So, I love going walking. I know I say this a lot, but it's like it's different when you like walking around. It's tropical, all these beautiful mountains and stuff everywhere, and I just be like, dang, this so pretty. I go walking a lot. I will go. What do I be doing? I go to the parks. I go to different like little coffee shops, something and work from. I'm kind the same thing that I would like be doing over here. I guess I'm doing over there. I go mix and mingle sometimes, look in people's faces, and yeah. I like to go to some of the events. I like going to the waterfronts. I like go hanging out at the beach some days. I love going to the rivers, hosting different events and stuff like that. That's what I be doing. I go every year for a month. When I go in a couple of months, I'll be checking for livability. Yeah, go with a plan. Go be strategic. Oh, and also, if you are going there to live, make sure you doing your stuff properly, because like I have enough people like they're under the impression that you can just come and sit yourself in these people's country. You ain't got to go through no residency process. So when you are trying to go somewhere and live for an extended amount of time, you are typically going to have to go through like an immigration process. So I need for people to understand that, because like you know, I for the record, like I'm not just telling people to move there blindly. Like when y'all are moving internationally, like you need to be understanding like what the laws and regulations and all this stuff is, okay? Just to make sure you're covered, because some people are under the impression that Jamaica is just gonna let you just come and you like you'll get fined, you'll get deported. I done seen it happen. Like they will deport you, they will ban you, like you'll get fined, like you will face like the same thing for people coming to the US. And I mean, like of course in a perfect world, people will be able to move around freely and settle where they choose. But don't say I didn't warn you if you go there with the intention that you can just come and sit yourself in these people's country. And then like it also looks suspicious, because it's like, how are you supporting yourself? How are you won't have no residency in Jamaica. How are you making money? A lot of people online now, of course, but I done gave y'all the tools. Make sure you use them to your, best advantage, so you don't get deported or like all this stuff when you're going over there. Let me see. Oh, y'all done asked a bunch of questions. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Call at all you need is a stream of income. You have everything you need in Jamaica. Like, man, if y'all don't get on the internet and figure this thing out, talking about what about a job? I'm like, why you want a job? Why, why you want to like come do the same thing you was doing in America? Like, I don't know. Figure it out. Uptown has some nice neighborhoods, but it's expensive. What's your favorite neighborhood? Have gotten your driver's license yet? I do have my driver's license, but I ain't used it. I went to driver classes and everything. I was serious. I was like, I want to learn how to drive. I'm gonna stop being scared. My favorite neighborhood. I don't know. I like riding through, like they got Beverly Hills in Kingston, and it sounds like what it sounds like. They got some nice, beautiful neighborhoods. And honestly, like I really want, like I love being like in the mountains and the hills. I would love to get up in Blue Mountain somewhere eventually. Soon, very soon. Don't need a roof on my head. Got that just an income stream will put together a business idea. Yeah. Immigration is very strict. Yeah. So don't come over here telling Mocha said she just came over here to live. I'm trying to do what she don't go tell them people that get me in trouble. All right. Like I did what I had to do. So just understand there are processes in place. Been to the movies yet? I went to the movies the first time I came to Jamaica. Like this when I was still in grad school and I came out here to visit some of my classmates. I went to the movies. I don't even remember what movie I seen. But I went. I ain't been there since I've been for the past 2 years. But I've been there some years ago. Don't do in other people's country that no one can do in the USA. Yeah. Put you on that next flight out. I saw a girl on TikTok got turned back in Jamaica last week because she traveled on a reported stolen lost passport. We don't play that. No. So you want to think of like the Jamaican airport people as like the version of ice in the US. I heard somebody call them jice, but like, yeah. So like they'll turn you around at the airport. They'll like, yeah, it'll happen. So don't say I ain't tell you. Agree with your friend to an extent. It's a little hard to relocate to a foreign country, especially if you are already well established in your own country or if you have no roots overseas. Yeah, the same how Uncle Sam will put you out over you stay. The same how Uncle Sam will put you out if you overstay. So yeah, so like some people are just under the impression that they can just come and like do as they please. And then when something happen, they get on here crying, talking about how horrible and bad like Jamaica is. Like y'all have any country that you go into for an extended amount of time, like you have to understand like what their laws and rules and stuff is about you being there. Um, some massive houses. You need to go to my neighborhood, St. Anne, beautiful Jacksall. I've heard beautiful things. I've been to a bunch of different areas, but I couldn't like give you like the specific names. Okay, so back to we've been on here for almost. We're gonna give us a few more minutes, and we gotta go to bed. I gotta catch a 6 a.m. flight. So I love talking to y'all, but we're gonna have to do this another time. So, anything else before we wrap up?
So, what is all right, this is a good ending question. What is the biggest piece of advice that you would give someone that's looking to move to Jamaica?
My biggest advice is to leave like your expectations like in the US. Leave whatever preconceived notions. Leave whatever fear mongering you've been fed. Leave whatever like just anything that you've been like conditioned to believe. Like leave that at the the check-in gate. Or like the gate before you get on the plane or whatever. Like leave that there. Come with an open mind. Come with the understanding that like this is experience for you to learn, grow, and develop. You are going like be prepared to experience some challenges. Be prepared to learn things or experience things or get different nuanced perspectives that you typically are familiar with. Like just come like as a complete like sponge, and you soak up what you want and get rid of whatever you don't. That would be my biggest piece of advice. Listen to the people locally. Like please don't go like with a savior complex and like thinking that these folks don't know like how they function and live every day. um if just come like for the right reasons, and I think like you'll be fine. I think that's my biggest piece of advice, because again, we just come with like so much, and we have a bad habit, like us too, going and telling people like, y'all not doing this right, you supposed to be doing like all this other stuff, like, and these people been living and functioning here for like hundreds and hundreds of years, but you think just because you coming from somewhere that you gonna like. Yeah, that's a big annoyance of mine when I see that happening. And I'll be wishing these people just cuss them out sometimes, but I just drink water in my my business. But don't feel like entitled. Like a lot of us just carry like a lot of entitlement, especially when we go into quote unquote third world or black and brown countries. Like just like leave all of that there, because it's going to shape your experience. Like if you come with that type of mind frame, like you're gonna have a horrible time. And this I see, like you can tell the difference between the people who thrive abroad and the people who ain't gonna last like for 5 minutes. It's cause like just leave all your whatever, just leave that there. I'm not telling you not to be safe, not telling you not to be on your P's and Q's, not telling you not to have no common sense, but just be ready for it to be like a learning experience for you to learn how to adapt and all this stuff. Don't act entitled because you came from the yes miss. Tell them, tell the peoples them, talk truth. Okay, make sure when you hike in the Blue Mountains Peak to bring a light jacket, because the temperature, it does get cold in Jamaica, y'all. If you up in the mountain peaks, it'll get a little chilly. Mocha having a suggestion, please connect with this blogger. Okay, out of here. I'll see. People be funny acting sometimes. They don't be want to link up with nobody. Amen. Great answer. This is going to be all right for you. Good advice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Middle income developing country, retire the third world turn. Yeah, it's time to retire that. Cause it's too many nuances. I don't like using it, but that's what people like will identify as. And and then again, it's like I'm like third world where like y'all got food everywhere. Y'all got these big. I'm like what? Yeah, but anyway, that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Even though she
It's
said
fun.
she didn't like me when we first started. Yeah.
Past tense.
Yeah. So, but this is my friend. She's in Texas. I'm heading to Mexico tomorrow. I will see y'all later. Grab my Move Abroad starter kit if you have not. And that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I gave y'all a whole hour. Now I gotta go to sleep so I can get up and head to Mexico in the morning. So I'll be seeing y'all there. Have a good night. Bye. Uh-oh, there we go. Good night.